David Suda, President and CEO of TerraX Minerals, joins me here on the sidelines of the 1-to-1 conference in New York City. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's my first time.
And thank you for sponsoring the event. I always say thanks to the sponsors because this is what makes it possible for us to be here and provide all this great content for the folks out there. So thank you very much.
You guys do a great job. It's not a tough decision to sponsor Kitco.
Thank you, David. Let's start by getting your take on the industry right now. As we're speaking, it's a good time. Gold's getting some momentum here, and gold stocks and miners in return. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, gold's seeing a bit of a bid, and it's nice to be at a conference like this when gold's getting a bid because we all pat each other on the back and say, oh, things are getting better. But I'm not an economist, and I think we could sit here and wax poetic about all the reasons why the gold price is going to go up. I think that the real opportunity here for those of us who are in this sector and have been challenged by some of the perils of the cycle, the opportunity for us is in the fact that gold companies, producing gold companies, have actually had a lack of discovery. They haven't spent money on exploration, and I said it earlier today. All the major gold companies in the world can merge with each other until they go blue in the face. They're not going to come up with a discovery that way. And so I think that's what the opportunity here is.
I agree with you, David. But in the junior mining space, right, that's so strapped for cash right now. How can you go out and explore and spend money to find these new projects?
Well, I think we're seeing an uptick. We're seeing generalists come back. It's at conferences like these that I've attended, all year, and I just keep seeing more and more interest. I also think that as we see more interest, those companies that, I'm not criticizing them for not coming up with a discovery. I'm just saying that, they acknowledge themselves that they need to replace reserves, and, it's been to them that we as juniors have looked for strategic investments. And I think that soon, as markets improve, there's going to be some more support and maybe some competition for them.
Excited to talk about TerraX right now. You are based in Yellowknife in Northwest Territories. We hear so much coming out of the Yukon, but you guys could possibly really put the Northwest Territories on the map here.
Absolutely. I think we do put the Northwest Territories on the map. We've managed to secure a piece of land which is really a gold district. It's a true district in both its size, scale, and in the endowment that we have there. It's a high-grade gold district. We've spent 5 years putting this project together in terms of its size and also accumulating data, drilling holes, and now we're at a place where we know where to go to find the gold, to make the discovery, to show that we actually have the extension of these past producing, very prolific mines.
Do you have any estimates of how much gold you think you're currently sitting on?
We have an internal resource that we're quite confident will take us to the next level. We haven't gone public with it because we simply haven't, we're not happy with the fact that we haven't explored this. We wouldn't be taking the value potential for the shareholder anywhere if we put out what we have now. But what we have now makes us very confident that when we do, it's going to be big.
There's so much excitement and buzz surrounding this project. So what's the next step?
The next step is that we're going to drill, and we haven't in about a year. We took a chance to go up to 30,000 feet and show the market that we're going to be focused. We're not just going all over the property and demonstrating that there's high-grade gold at surface. I think people already know that. And the people who are watching this story closely, the ones who are invested in the story, want to see us deliver a significant discovery, an economic scenario, a mine ultimately, that will be the apple of a major producer's eye.
Tell us about navigating the waters of the Northwest Territories. So obviously we know winters can be challenging, can kind of stall production, but tell us about...
Funny you say that, actually. It's common that people say the winters are harsh and, can you actually drill there? We prefer to drill in the winter. It's a great time because everything's frozen. There are all-season roads throughout our property. And certainly our area of focus, are the targets that we want to really explore going forward here are just about 20 kilometers from town. So everything's accessible. In wintertime we can be on top of frozen water bodies, and some of our best targets are accessed that way. So we look forward to drilling next winter as well, but we've got summer drilling to do first.
And do you feel that the government is receptive to mining?
Sure. I mean, this is a territory that gets in the order of $2 billion of revenue from the mining industry. And a good chunk of that comes from the diamond mines. The diamond mines are great operations, but these mines don't have infinite lifespans, and they're certainly getting on in age. So the territory and certainly the city of Yellowknife, which has a century-old mining history, knows that to have a project that can come in and pick up the slack from some projects that may potentially come offline is a very important thing.
And we all know that water is a key ingredient to having a successful mine. You have no shortage of lakes surrounding the project, correct?
No, we don't. We have plenty of lakes surrounding the project. Water is something that is in abundance, and we've gone through a permitting process which actually puts us in a position to both explore the entire property and also to use water to drill, and on a scale that's larger now than it had been in the past.
Finally, David, we're here at the 1-to-1 conference in New York. What was your message to investors? What have you come to tell them?
This is an inflection point for the company. It's great timing, because I think it's also an inflection point in the cycle. And so if you combine those two things, it's a spark that hopefully lights a big fire.
Hey, well, best of luck with the project. Continued success, David.
Thank you very much for the great interview.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks.